This is English 401, and today we're going to talk about the parts of speech. And here, there are 8 parts of speech, and I wrote them on this paper. Parts of speech. They are the verb, noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. We're going to talk about all those starting in this video and the ones after this. But today, we're going to start with what a sentence is, and we've reviewed that plenty of times. A sentence is a group of words that make a complete thought. A group of words that make a complete thought. A sentence has a subject and a predicate. The subject is what the sentence is about, and the predicate is what the subject did. Very easy. And I've written out some sentences that we're going to talk about right here. I'm going to put one right here. I think you can see that. There you go. And then we have another one that we're going to do in a minute. But the first one is, Stephanie likes to plant flowers in her yard. In this activity, we're going to separate the subject from the predicate. So let's talk about this. Stephanie likes to plant flowers in her yard. What is the sentence about? It's about Stephanie. And what does she like to do? She likes to plant flowers in her yard. So the subject is Stephanie, and likes to plant flowers in her yard is the predicate. So we will put a line right here. A lot of times your teacher will want you to put your line in between the subject and the predicate. Let's do another one. Hannah is going to make chicken for dinner. What is this sentence about? This is very easy. This sentence is about Hannah. She's the subject. And what is Hannah going to do? She is going to make chicken for dinner. So Hannah's the subject, and then is going to make dinner. Chicken for dinner is the predicate. Very easy. You've learned how to do the subject and predicate before in other classes, I'm sure, but it's good to review them. I have 2 more sentences. The small brown dog barked at the mailman. So obviously, what is the subject? The small brown dog. What did the small brown dog do? Barked at the mailman. So the small brown dog is the subject, so we will put a line here. This is the subject and this is the predicate. One more sentence. My friend Emma is from Mexico. What is the sentence about? My sentence is about my friend Emma. And what about Emma? Why are we talking about Emma? Emma is from Mexico. Very sweet girl. My friend Emma is from Mexico. That is from Mexico is the predicate. My friend Emma is obviously the subject. So we will start talking about all the 8 parts of speech. We won't do them all in this video, but we are going to start by talking about verbs. And verbs are action words. They are the doers of the sentence. Usually found in the predicate, and the predicate is usually at the end of a sentence. So when you read a sentence, you need to look for the action word, the word that shows action. So let's do a couple of those right here. The duck swam in the pond. Obviously, the duck is what this is the subject, and what did the duck do? Swam in the pond. So what is our verb, our action word in this sentence? You're right, it is swam. So I'm just going to circle the verb, circle the action word. The boy ran all the way home. Easy. Action word is ran. The boy who ran. Where did he run? He ran all the way home. So this is the verb ran. Matthew laughed at the joke. Subject Matthew. What did he do? He laughed at the joke. I bet it was funny. Would have loved to hear it. So the action words on these three are swam, ran, and laughed. They're actions. The duck swam, the boy ran, Matthew laughed. All right, now we're going to talk about compound verbs. A compound verb is made of two or more action words, usually connected by the word and. This is easy too. I think you'll get it pretty quickly. And I've got a couple of sentences already written for us. The baby laughed and smiled at her mom. So remember, you were looking for compound verbs. A compound verb is made of two or more action words, usually connected by and. So the first thing you do is look for an action word and then look for another action word. The baby laughed and smiled at her mom. Okay, well, what did the baby do? She smiled and she laughed. And it's connected by and. So those are compound verbs. Dad sold the old car and bought a new car. Dad's the subject. And what did he do? He sold the old car and bought a new car. And so those are two action words connected by and. They don't have to be right beside each other in the sentence. Nathan jumped and ran to get his phone. The subject is Nathan. And the two action words are jumped and ran. Well, and connected by and. So those are three examples of compound verbs. Now we're going to talk about the state of being verbs. And sometimes, you know, this might be kind of hard to get, but I think that you'll get it just fine. State of being verbs. They do not always show action. They only say something about the subject. It would be very good of you to memorize this list. And the state of being verbs are am, is, are, was, were, be, being, and been. So you see, these do not show action. They only share something about the subject. And again, it would be very good if you would memorize these state of being verbs. That would help you a whole lot. So now we're going to have some sentences, and we're going to see, are they state of being verbs or they're action words? And this will be not too hard. Let's see if I can get this to stick right there. There we go. Laura was here. Okay, is there an action word in that sentence? No, I do not see an action word. Is there a state of being verb in that sentence? Yes, and it is was, and was is on our list of state of being verbs. So I'm just going to write an S for state of being. Stephen walks home every day after school. Well, what is the action that Stephen does? He walks. I do not see walks on this list, so it must be an action verb, and I'll put an A. Some more. Okay, Jesus is Lord. He is. Let me do this right here really quick. We'll just do it like that. Like this. Jesus is Lord. Okay, we know is a state of being verb. It's on our list. So we will circle that and we'll put an S right there. David sings in the car. What does David do? He sings. That is our action verb. It's not on our state of being list. We were at school. Is word a state of being or an action verb? It's a state of being verb, so I'm going to circle that and put an S. I have been to my grandma's house today. Well, we know that been is, we've memorized our state of being verbs, so we know that been is a state of being verb. And have is a helping verb, and we'll learn that later. So, state of being. So, there you go. Good luck on your work and your homework. I'm sure you'll do a great job.